Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Hello and welcome to episode 12 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Now, I hope you're having a great day. It's absolutely beautiful here in Melbourne as I stand in the backyard with the sunshine raising down on my luscious skin. I'm just joking, I don't have luscious skin, but today I really wanted to dig deeper into lead generation because that's probably the number one topic that arises inside the Online Trainers Club group, inside my email inbox. And I know that if you start understanding these strategies and start thinking at a more strategic level on how you can nurture your prospects from becoming cold people who have never heard of you before into warmer people who are open to hearing about you, into raving fans, you're going to be able to create a culture, especially if you've niched down, you'll be able to create a culture and also a movement and also a legacy. Okay, so today it's also about using lead generation ads in order to sign clients on quickly. And I get that, marketing comes down to two things. There's two types of marketing. There's branding marketing and there's also direct response. Now, I talk a lot about using direct response and learning direct response because it's vital to scaling and growing your business at the start, okay? And then you've got things like branding, which is trying to stay at the very top and positioning yourself as the expert, which is why you'll see Coke and you'll see those big companies who've got millions and billions of dollars to spend on advertising. They're focusing on branding to solidify that number one position. But for us, when we don't have those $1 billion budgets to spend and we've got a few $100s from our savings account, we're going to have to be more strategic. And a really good book for you to get a hold of and an introduction into strategies on how you can grow a small business, or just the business that you might be starting out, is guerrilla marketing. That's why if I don't have the author's name on top of my mind, but Guerrilla Marketing's a great book. Now today, I really wanted to dive into Facebook ads, and it's going to be a little bit tough because you're going to be listening to my voice and I don't have my screen to show you to follow along. But if you understand this and you understand the overall concept and you listen to this podcast again, you download the podcast, save the podcast, do what you need to do with the podcast, really go back and listen and revise. Okay, so here I'm really talking about how you can get people to sign up to want to work with you straight away. Okay, really from the get-go. And the best thing I've ever seen for this is this. And it's whether or not you have an existing page at the moment, whether or not you have a few thousand friends or a few hundred friends, it will work. It's a great strategy that works, that allows people who have seen your stuff, who know of you already, to kind of put their hand up and say, hey, I want to speak to you. Okay, so initially, a few years ago, I would run this thing called a huge opportunity ad, and I keep going on about it because it did work back in 2013, and I got responses and leads with anywhere from 30 cents to 70 cents, and back in the days it was great because it was new, and that's where everybody's attention was. And remember what I talk about in staying with marketing, that you need to stay ahead of the trends if you're going to reap all the rewards. Well, this was ahead of the trends. Not many people had been doing it. So if you have been doing huge opportunity, and you still might get success. The leads just might be $4, $10, $20 per lead, but you just have to be really good at that conversion process that we talked about. Now, in this strategy, I really want to show you something amazing, and it's really, if you're good, and I talk about this, if you're great at what you do and you're an expert, there's one massive advantage that you need to overcome, there's one massive advantage and hurdle that most trainers aren't able to overcome, and that is jumping on video and being engaging on video. And here's the deal. And I'm going to put the truth out. If you're whining and you're saying, oh, but Lynn, I'm not good at video. What do? Well, you get good at video. Nobody was good at lifting weights. Nobody was good at squatting 200 kilos, but people got good by doing it and persisting at it. And if you have a message to share, if you're passionate about something, if you're passionate about your message, your niche, your topic, then it's just the transition of going and doing it and putting it out. And here's an exercise, and this is where a lot of personal trainers get stuck. Here's the thing, you only see the people that are doing it, but you don't see the amount of people who aren't doing it because you don't see them because they're not doing it, right? So you start to just think to yourself, but everyone's doing it and I can't do it. And you knock yourself out of the game before it's even begun. But realistically, 80%, 85% of personal trainers aren't even using video as their number one modality. And when I talk about online marketing and growing your online personal training business, the biggest thing that you need is engagement, trust, loyalty. Okay, and you can't get that as quickly through a blog post. You can't get that as quickly through email. You get that directly. You penetrate all those scared barriers that people put up, especially when they're online, because so many people get scammed when you jump on a video. Okay, so if you can do video fantastically, here's a perfect funnel for you. And let's go back, and I'm really going to use the mums market because I think that's so clear to everybody. And if I was training mums and I was trying to get them back into shape, into their black jeans, and I wanted to help them create a flat tummy for mums, I would essentially put one amazing tip of the day on the video. I'd do a Facebook Live, okay? Or I would do a video and I'd give out one amazing tip. It has to be really, really good, and you have to give out your best stuff, and you have to make it engaging and so easy for the mums to be like, oh my God, that's awesome. What's next? You can't really be like this. You can't really say, well, mums, you have to eat more veggies and you have to, cut out all processed foods. No one wants to know that, right? Remember, I think I've talked about the quick fix in the last podcast, and I spoke about give them what they want and sell them what they need. Okay, so you need to really give them what they want. What do they want? Their dying question is, how can I reduce my belly fat quickly now? And is there a tip or a trick or something they didn't know that you can share with them? And there almost always is. And it just might be that, hey, ab exercises do actually tone up and firm up your stomach, contrary to what people say. It could be something like a new supplement that tightens up your skin, or a new cream. It's a tip or a trick or a hack that's like, oh my gosh, wow, this is really cool. But you need to be able to illustrate and demonstrate that to them so that they can trust you. So if you do a video on that, anywhere between 2 minutes, 5 minutes long, who cares? I don't want to get caught up on, a lot of people will go out and a lot of trainers, and I bet you're thinking, Lynn, but how long should my video be? And I'm really thinking, look, make it as long as it's engaging and go on forever. If you're engaging, I was sitting at Tony Robbins 15 hours a day. I can barely sit through a movie for 2 hours, right? But here's the thing, it was engaging. So make it as long as you're engaging. And initially, to start off with, if you're starting off with video, chances are you're not going to be engaging. So keep it short and sharp and sweet, okay? Once you do a video, you promote it to your niche market. So on Facebook, I would go advertising to women who are mums. Okay, that's super easy. Advertising to parents who are female between the age of your niche audience, which might be 30 to 40 years old, and really who are interested in maybe fat loss, who are interested in gyms, who are interested in Jenny Craig. But I'm finding those interests, and you might keep it simple to one. Now boost that video and put $100 or $50 behind that video as a branding exercise, okay? And really it's just positioning yourself as the expert and really building trust, okay? What I would also do to make this even better is I would then comment under that video and I'd say, hey, if you want to join my free group for mums, come in to this group and put your Facebook group URL in there, right? So now they can join, because here's the thing with marketing, it's about trying to get attention. It's about trying to go on and be on top of their minds over and over again. So under the video, which you've now promoted and you've boosted, you'll put a link to your Facebook group URL, okay? And that doesn't stop there, because we're almost trying to hit this from all angles, right? We then want to set up another retargeting campaign, another Facebook ad, which then only is targeted to the people who've watched your video, but more importantly, watch more than 25% of your video. Okay, it's because you know that if they've watched 25% of your video, they're going to be highly engaged. And this goes back to being a little bit more advanced. So let me go back to the start. Create a video, a great video. It has to be some sort of tip, trick, hack, something quick. And you need to be able to illustrate or demonstrate it, which makes it even better. And you have the cream there and you start rubbing it on yourself. Awesome. That's a phenomenal way to do it. If you can get your client there and do it on her, that's fantastic. The second thing is you need to boost that video, okay, to your niche audience and get as many views behind it as possible. If it's a good video, the cost per view is going to be very cheap. If it's a crap video, well, it's going to be crap, right? Facebook is going to slaughter you a little bit for it. But here's the thing. This strategy, you need to try it maybe 10, 15 times until you hit it. And if you're not willing to do that and you're willing to try it once and you don't get the outcome that you're wanting, then yeah, it's not going to work. You're going to find a way to say that Lynn's full of crap, right? But here's the kicker. You then add your Facebook group URL so that anybody who watches you adds themselves in there. And then now you've got another chance to engage them using Facebook groups, which is a fantastic strategy, by the way. Okay. From there, you'll set up another ad that retargets the people that only watch the video who watch 25% or more. So if you've got a 5-minute video, they've at least consumed your stuff for a minute, so they know who you are. And that ad is a Facebook lead ad, and it's a lead ad. And I'm sure you've come across one of these where you click on an ad and then it just populates your name, your email address, your number. And it's quick. It's like a 1-2 done, submit. And now you've got a lead. Okay. You want to set up one of those, and you really want to set up an ad saying, hey, look, I'm looking for 5 more mums, or I'd love for 5 more mums to join my ultimate mums program, some sort. Make it a great picture. You know, I think you use a 1200 by 628 image size picture. Okay. And you create a lead ad, because now they've seen you, they can just opt in. And essentially, you can then add them into your Facebook group or redirect them to your calendar to get them to call in with you. Okay, and then you can follow up with them from there. Or because now that they've been added into your group and you've got that lead, you can just send them a private message and send them your calendar, okay, if you want to create it like that. So remember, it's all about positioning. You don't want to be chasing. The chaser always seems to lose, right? And here's the thing. Once again, I go back to this. You're not a salesman. You are a business owner, a fitness business owner, and you're a personal trainer. So you need to be smarter at what you do, and going down and trying to chase 100 leads over the phone isn't necessarily the smartest thing to do for a personal trainer. You're not going to close. Whereas for a salesman who's done cold calls all day, that might be his forte. Okay, so I really hope that helps. You might have to listen to this podcast once again. You might have to download it. You might have to share it with some friends and see what they think of this strategy. And I really want to get this out there because, hey, I'm all for helping you grow your online business no matter what. Okay, so if you use this strategy, let me know. Leave a review, comment inside the Online Trainers Club if you've used this strategy and what's the outcome for you. And you know what? If you're good enough to put up the ads, I'll take a critique review of it and I'll tell you exactly what I would do. And you know what? It doesn't matter what I would do. It matters what the data says. It matters how much leads you're getting. It matters how much it's costing to get a lead. But here's the thing, after doing it for so long and helping so many other people do it, I start to see patterns, which then I can kind of shortcut the process for you. So feel free to post inside the Online Trainers Club group about your strategy and how it's all going, and we'll take a quick review on it and I'll answer any of the questions. Have an absolutely fantastic day. I'm going to go for a bike ride. So stay tuned and I'll see you on the next episode.
All right. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review. In that way, I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.